Welcome to another episode of The Flank. I'm joined by the one and only, the human turret, one of the best ARs ever do it. Give it up for the world champ himself, Sam LaRue, Octane. We got the multi-world champion, the multi-champion, a legend, an icon to the Call of Duty scene. Give it up for Patrick Price Aches. Of course, we got another world champion in the building, Call of Duty champion, Dylan Attach Price. We got the executive producer of The Flank. Give it up for Benj and his team. We got Call of Duty 4 national champion, head coach of Dallas Empire world champion. Give it up for the legend Rambo Ray. And of course, we got some of the best analysis in the game from Christopher Duarte, the world champ himself. Give it up for Parasite. Ladies and gentlemen, how we doing, fellas? How we feeling? What's going on? Pat, we'll start with you. What's going on with you, Pat? We missed you yesterday.
Yeah, no, I mean, I came in for a little last minute, buzzer beater time.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
But yeah, it's weird doing these flanks at this time, bro. It really is. My clock isn't set for this, but yeah, I'm good, man. I'm gonna roast a couple casts today, though.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure we all are. We got a lot to talk about today. Less matches today. We went over 8 matches yesterday, so it was a 2-hour show. But today, we're back to the normal 4 matches. So, we'll go over all the matches. But Ben, I want to go to you. Ben, you had a whole crowd there behind you before. What happened? They all got kicked out?
Yeah, they're slowly head out to the front, go appear on Flank TV, Tom. I think we're gonna get some good content on there.
I like that.
Great. We got like 8 to 10 hours. Shout out to Brox and the Gentlemates guys. They gave us a gift. We posted on Twitter.
Yeah.
But I gotta show it again for the show.
I can probably pull up the picture real quick. Yeah, it was actually a great gift from them. I really appreciate that, man.
So shout out to Gentlemates squad. And I'm gonna get a nice steak after the show. I think with Gersh and Tucker.
Bro, look at this guy, bro. They photoshopped me on a horse, bro. Look at this. It looks like a nice frame too, Benj. This looks like high quality stuff right there.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
I can't see it because Dylan Attach is blocking me on the camera, but it's a great photo for sure.
How good.
That's two of me, Benj.
Absolutely. Dill, how you doing, Dill? You doing all right?
I'm doing good, man. It was a fun day of COD. Honestly, for the CDL, I think the fans carried it. They were real entertaining today, all the chants. But I think Challengers was honestly more fun than the pro matches today. So shout out to Challengers. Shout out to the Stallions. They're still making a run.
Yes, sir. For those of you that don't know, the Stallions are now top 4 in Challengers. They're making a run. We actually lost round 11 last map for a top 3 placing. So we're making a run through losers. Just won a match. They've been taking down a lot of top teams. So the Stallions, man, they're trying to make the run, man. If we could get top 2 and get into the Pro-Am, that'd be insane. And if we could win this whole thing, that'd be even better. So we're rooting for the Stallions, man. We're going to need you guys' energy. But how you doing, Sam? You doing all right? Team's looking good today.
Doing great, man. Team looked a lot better today. COD was, I don't know, underwhelming, but a little bit more definitive today. But good games. Nothing crazy.
Rambo Ray, you doing all right, Rambo?
Yeah, man, I'm good. I mean, like everyone said, bro, the CDL matches today were all pretty straightforward. We saw a lot of good performance from the teams that are going to be there tomorrow. I think it's honestly setting up for a great day tomorrow, just because of how today went. All these teams are playing really good level COD, so should have some bangers tomorrow.
Absolutely. And then, of course, we got Christopher Duarte. Duarte, everything all right? Everything good?
Yeah, I'm doing good, man. Surviving another day of fixing my sleep schedule for this damn tournament. But other than that, I mean, can't complain. Get to watch LAN COD, the fans, the event. It's been good. A little disappointed in the matches, but as Ray said, tomorrow should be good because all these teams have been leveling up and taking care of their road to Sunday relatively easily. So
yeah, tomorrow's gonna be a fucking banger, bro. I can't wait. But we do got to talk about the matches today. But before we do, friendly reminder that if you head over to ZOOMAFIA.gg, you guys can cop the merch. It's now live. We got Stallions jerseys, we got Flank tees, Flank hoodies, Stallions hoodies, Stallion tees. We got everything that you guys want. I know we've been shouting out the merch for a while, and it hasn't been there, and we finally got it up. So shout out to FaZe for all the help, and yeah, man, make sure to go check it out. ZOOMAFIA.gg if you guys want to cop something. Link will be in the description down below, so you guys can check that out. But shout out to everybody who's been copping the merch. I've been seeing you guys put some stuff in the community and stuff. I really appreciate everybody who's copping, bro. It's really nice stuff, man. I think you guys are gonna be really happy with it, man. So if you guys want to get the merch, go get the merch. But let's hop into it and let's get into the first match of the day, because we got the Paris Gentlemates folks going up against FaZe Vegas. And this one was a 3-0 victory, a 3-0 masterclass from FaZe Vegas. I mean, this one wasn't even close. We got FaZe going up against Gentlemates, and it starts things off on an exposure hardpoint 250 to 190. Then we got a raid S&D where FaZe went 6-0 in that one. And then we got a exposure overload FaZe win that one 3-2. I'll fix Ben's camera in a second here, guys. Let's go down, take a look at the stat sheet, and oh, yeah. We got a red carpet, folks, for the Paris Gentlemates. You got a .83 from Dylan Envoy. You got a .85 from Dan Ghosty. You got a .78 from Neptune and a .89 from Civ. On the other side, it's all green. You got 04 with a 1.14. You got a 1.3 from Abuza, a 1.34 from Draza. The Zaza bro is going crazy. You got a 1.02 from Simp the Pimp. Chris Lair going nuts. Abuza going to be your match MVP with a 1.73 in Hardpoint, a 0.5 in Search, and a 0.92 in Overload. Abuza had a fantastic series here today as they take care of the Gentlemates. Nice and easy. Dylan, we'll start with you. We'll work our way down. There's two of you right now. Dylan, what'd you think of the...
Ben, or we need Ben on there, man. The chat misses Benj. They want to see his beautiful face. He looks good in that FaZe jersey, man. Look at that smile, too.
You mentioned that Thieves boys just walked by while Tom got back hot timing. We're keeping my cam down.
Look at those big, chubby red cheeks, man. You look good, Benj.
Absolutely.
You
I'm
look
not
good.
falling for your prop. If I get on topic, brother.
Oh, okay. Damn.
All right. Well, this is the last time Ben gets gassed.
What the fuck?
What? All right.
He was
Oh, that's
gassing you,
weird.
man. He was gassing you.
All right.
Was it gas, Tom? Was it gas?
It was. It was gas.
What the fuck, Ben? All right.
Go
We'll
ahead,
get
Dad.
back
What you
into
think of the
it.
series,
I
man?
mean,
Ben's grumpy again.
He is grumpy. It's been a long day for him, I guess. But FaZe Vegas, they look fantastic today. All around was perfect. Gentlemates didn't look like themselves all weekend, and they played against the top team in FaZe Vegas, and they just got ran. Bro, in the S&D, I don't know if Gentlemates knew what they were doing. They were literally just doing random shit on the map. FaZe was like 9-1 at some point. And Gentlemates, I'm not sure what happened with them. Obviously, a lot this stage, like behind the scenes and everything. So we can maybe chalk it up to that, but it just does not look like the major one Gentlemates at all. And hopefully they could bounce back after this. But I think FaZe Optic are top 2 right now in this event. So this might be a FaZe chip in the making.
Well, yeah, they're both in the winners final, so that would definitely make sense. Definitely top 2. What do you think, Pat?
Thieves are still in it, right?
They are still in it, Pat. They
You
are.
got them? You got Thieves,
Making
Pat?
sure.
There we go, Pat.
Yes, sir.
What'd you think of the series, Pat? What'd you think?
Well, I thought it was early as fuck.
It was early as
but-
fuck.
This for me is less about FaZe Vegas. They obviously got the job done. Gentlemen suck. This is why I've been warning Sam about for months.
Oh, yeah.
These cats are terrible, man. They
Oh,
lost
yeah, that
everything
trip, though.
they had, bro. And I don't have any content. Look, I'm not chalking it up to nothing. Like at the end of the day, their job is to perform. These guys aren't performing. I'm seeing on Twitter, I got no context that like coaches are filing official complaints about fans bullying them or whatever. Listen, bro, this team is compromised, top to bottom compromised. Roster change needed ASAP. Team's not winning ever again.
Mm-hmm. You think it's compromised for him, Slay? After
Yes.
they won Major 1? You think it's chalked?
Look, they were the best team Major 1. They were. And they not no more. And they're not going to be.
You don't
I
think they
it's
can
just
regain
over.
that form at all?
No.
Really?
No. Done with.
I don't know, Pat. What about FaZe, Pat? What'd you think of FaZe?
I mean, FaZe look good, Tom. They do. They really do. They look good. I mean, I think this is why we're seeing a lot of interviews that players had FaZe in the final. FaZe just must have been waxing people in scrims, still getting the job done. But it's just going to be tough for them because I think they got that Mickey reverse sweep round 1 against the Thieves, Tom. That's not happening again. Thieves are going to dominate them next time they play. But yeah, I think FaZe are going to look good. And actually, Tom, I got FaZe Nesloing Optic tomorrow, by the way.
Oh, interesting. All right, so Pat giving us an early prediction. What about you, Sam? What'd you think of the series?
I thought it was fucking FaZe belt to ass. These guys just show up to the events, man, and they play well. I think that's a good sign. Unfortunately, our league is majority online, so that does hold some merit. Unfortunately, you can't just be good online only, or online only, excuse me. But
you can't, Sam. There's like
you
70%
can,
of the
but
people
like,
who have jobs
it's
because
important.
they're good online only.
It's not the whole thing anymore, unfortunately. But FaZe is just they seem to show up, bro. The AR duo played a lot better on LAN. Simp is Simp, and I think 04 has been great. Honestly, since their last probably 2 online matches, he's starting to trend in the right direction. Mates, I don't want to say it's an expected result because I expect them to be better than they are, but with how they've been playing, their S&D is just god awful, bro. They got 6-0 here, the worst statistical S&D team in the league, and it showed this weekend. They got some real thinking to do, whether that be roster changes, which I don't think that they should do, but they got to go reevaluate their approach to the game and kind of hit a hard reset after a disappointing stage.
Mm-hmm. Hey, what about you, Benj? What do you think of the series?
I was a little surprised to see exposure hardpoint in this set because we hadn't seen FaZe play it in a while, but they look good on it. And I think to Sam's point, like AR duo was absolutely cracked today. Abuza had a big map 1. Draws had a big 3 maps, honestly, especially the third
Bro,
map.
Jaraz is so good on land, bro. I know I said this yesterday, but I feel like he elevates tenfolds on land compared to what he shows online, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
Go ahead, Ben.
But yeah, I mean, I think FaZe is peaking at the right time to potentially win this event. Like, I think for Gentlemates, I mean, we'll probably talk about it a bit more in their second series, but this feels like it's a bit off. It's a disappointing stage, and they need a big rethink.
Rainbow Ray, let's go to you. You were with me today, right? You were supporting the boys today.
I was with you yesterday too, Tom.
Yeah, but I didn't know you were doing
fake, bro.
some
Fake with you. It's fake fugazi.
Today was clean. Today was clean by the
Inside
boys.
job.
I wanna shout at Booza. Booza openly said yesterday that he had a really bad day, bad series, and the boys pulled through. He showed up today. Man, I think he dropped like 40 something game one. If you go to the stats,
46, yeah.
which is like on an exposure is insane, bro. Like
He tied his
45 and 26, bro.
that's nuts, bro.
Yeah, it's
so
insane.
shout out to my
Jeez.
man Jordan, absolutely frying today. I think the search to me is like the biggest. I think we all talked about how Gentlemates struggle in search, but this is kind of what we expected his facing to be doing in search of teams. And that was only a 6-0. That was like a clean, clinical 6-0. Like there might have been 1v1 or like a late round kind of clutch scenario. Every round was just super clean from the boys. So, I mean, it's going to be scary tomorrow, man. Like these guys can definitely show up and beat Optic if they play this kind of COD.
Yeah.
It's really going to depend on who shows. I think we've all talked about in our days competing that COD is about who shows up on the day. I think this is setting up for some great matches tomorrow based on that.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I feel like 04 has been getting those bloods, and they've been playing really, really good. I know there was a period of time where FaZe, it just seemed like they couldn't get bloods, but now I feel like they've done a much better job at it. I'm sure practice is definitely come into play here a little bit. They seem a lot more prepared in the game mode. I think if they could keep winning their S&Ds, but I could definitely see FaZe taking it. I mean, they're looking really good. Tomorrow's going to be a battle with FaZe and Optic. That's hopefully it's a good series.
The Gentleman situation's a little weird for me. Like I kind of get the sense of what we're talking about here. Like it's not like, again, obviously they didn't play that well this weekend. They got severely outslayed in a lot of these games. I think the one thing that was worrisome for me is kind of like their body language through these games. Like every time we saw them on cam or kind of in a position where things were starting to go well for them. Again, we don't hear the comms. Their comms still sounded decent. There's a few frantic moments. I think it was the one where they swapped on the last map where Travis spawned out, I think, on a P2, and he said, I'm going to play in you. Like, obviously, that's a super small sample size, but I think in general, they just didn't seem like themselves from a just body language and also from a communication aspect. So
yeah,
it's hard to tell what's going on within that camp right now, but I do feel like this team, obviously, they just won a major fucking 2 months ago. So yeah. I don't know about a change, but yeah, something
I think
definitely needs to happen.
Sib's a little too nonchalant. That's what people are saying these days.
Nonchalant.
That's what the streets are saying. You know, I don't know.
Sib was shooting though. Like I don't know if we just put it all on Sib,
Boys,
bro.
they've lost 7.
Nah, I
they've
just think it's
lost
funny.
8 of the last like 10 or 11 games they played. We'll see how they start next stage, but it's been a really rough month and a half, online and land. Like whatever approach they're doing now, need to rethink. Fresh map pool, we expect. They got to hit the ground running, or we're going to be asking questions, and not just us on the show.
What about you, Duarte? Anything you want to add to the series?
I mean, mainly on the Gentlemate side, I'm particularly disappointed with pretty much every single player on the team. For the most part, I just feel like they're throughout the stage, throughout the major, they've all like kind of underperformed in every aspect. I think Envoy is in particularly the one mostly under question. Yeah, he had like a good like first series where he kind of like took over and maybe like helped them win that series and obviously make sure that they didn't get limbed early. But outside of that, he's still putting up way too many like fucking 0.7s for my liking. Like I get it's not his role to like slay out on the team, but like I don't know, he needs to step up in general. And then the rest of them just need to find their consistency again because it just looks like they're not excelling in anything. On the side of FaZe, though, I mean, they are unbelievable. When Draza shows up to land, he's playing fantastic COD. Simp is literally God. 04's found his swagger in S&D, and his consistency and respawn's been getting better. And I think Abuz has just been like super reliable for them, showing up in big moments. So, I mean, I'm excited to watch this team play, and I feel like if anyone's going to beat Optic, it's going to be them, and I don't think anyone else really has a chance. So I'm excited to see their match tomorrow.
Yeah, me too. I think tomorrow's going to be a banger. But any other final thoughts, guys? Any other thoughts you guys have on that series? It was.
Can I reply to something Chris said?
Yeah, go ahead.
He's going to say something about the Thieves.
What you mean Envoy's dropping too many 0.7s for your liking? What does that even mean, bro? We have called for other people to be dropped for playing better than Envoy is. This guy sucks.
I mean, to be fair, I actually think Envoy's been one of their better players this event.
Yeah, he had a
listen,
couple.
Tom,
He had a
Tom,
couple
I
of
get
moments,
it, bro. Listen,
but
it's really early where you're watching the matches, but no, he hasn't. He had a 0.7 in his last series, a 0.8 this series. This guy's getting cooked.
yeah, but I
They
also
haven't, they
think
haven't
I also,
exactly
Fried,
gotten
bro.
the world's greatest contribution from Trav either.
Their
I think
whole
both
team
their-
is
yeah,
getting
that's what I'm
fried.
saying.
both
Okay,
their
never
subs
mind.
really
Getting fried.
kind of weren't great this weekend.
And
Yeah,
I
but he
also-
had, and Alboy averaged a 0.75 in the league.
I know, but I'm just giving you the additional.
And
He
I
ain't
context
been
also
good
of it.
online. He ain't been good on land.
And I also
Where's
think
he at?
I
What's he
also
good
think
at?
I also think KD's like you got to look at it objectively when you're watching the game. Like if, for example, they're playing a map and they're just getting put into blender scenarios, like yeah, I get he's not putting up the best stats, but like who gives a fuck if he's gonna get one or
He's
two more kills
getting
there? Like
put
it's
in
not gonna
blender
matter.
scenarios because they can't get goddamn kills.
I mean, I thought he played better this event, to be honest. I thought Neptune
Yeah,
was
he
underwhelming.
improved.
I thought Neptune was very
0.7
underwhelming
to
this event.
0.75. Good shit. You improved.
I mean, if you watch the games, I actually felt like Dylan was fighting for his life in some of these matches, in my
was.
opinion. I thought Neptune was underwhelming this event, in my
The
personal opinion.
stats did not reflect how well Dylan played this weekend.
No, I don't think so. I don't think it did either. I mean, I wasn't even looking at the stats just based on what I saw. Let's go to a quick intermission here as the Stallions are about to close out this map one. Just got to make sure we close this out real quick. As it's
Who they playing?
239 to 217.
Oh,
They're playing
shit.
for Fun Esports. This is for
Three down,
top
right? That should
three.
be it. That should be
And
it.
that's a 3 dead. Last guy's up top. That's
Millie.
a clean
Yo,
four.
Millie.
And the
Millie
Millie's
Stallions.
having a
is
fucking
trying.
generational event.
Millie
Millie
is
is
playing
trying, bro.
unbelievable this weekend, folks. He has been unreal. But the Stallions go up 1-0 here. This is for top three, guys. So, I mean, we could potentially see the Stallions in a Pro-Am if they keep this up.
What gun
That's-
does Millie use?
Huh?
Gun does Millie use?
An AR.
They are.
Okay, Millie to the mates.
Oh my god.
But then you get a
Pat.
sub player, Pat. They're dropping Envoy.
Yeah, they got
I think we were all wondering where he was going with that, and he went there.
Nah, that's insane. All right, Eddie. Any other final thoughts, guys? Any other final thoughts on a map on the first match? All right, let's move on to the next one. The next one wasn't close either. As Optic Texas goes up against G2 Minnesota, and this was another 3-0. This one was even more deadly than the first one. We start things off at a dead hard point. Optic win 250 to 107. And we got a raid S&D where Optic Texas went 6-2, and a dead overload where Optic Texas win 4-2. We'll scroll down, take a look at the stat sheet, and ladies and gentlemen, yet again, it's another red carpet for the G2 Minnesota. We got a 0.88 from Estriel, a 0.78 coming in from Kremp, a 0.71 from Mamba, and a 0.93 from Caesar Skies Bueno. On the other side, all green, just like the first series. Shotzi with a 1.06, Mercules with a 1.25, Hook with a 1.17, and Dashy, Big Brucey, with a 1.41 in his series. We'll take a look at the match MVP. It's going to be Dashy with a 1.28 in Hardpoint, a 2.67 in Search, and a 1.33 in Overload. What a series from Big Brucey as he just goes absolutely nuts here. Pat, we'll start with you, Optic Texas. Pat, they were doing it in the online stage. You made comments about Optic not going to do it on LAN, and they're doing it on LAN. Pat, they're coming in, they're 3-0 everybody. They're not losing maps. They're doing it in dominant fashion. What are your thoughts, Pat? What are your thoughts?
I'm not gonna lie. I don't think the flank roster would lose maps to these G2 cats on land. These guys are terrible, man. Why are they even showing up? I've been on their ass for months. This team sucks. I swear, they show up. They get like one Mickey win in this cheesy format. They're like top 6. And they just average top 6 all year. This team stinks, man.
Pat,
Yeah,
did you not
another
pick up the win?
formality. No, absolutely not.
Okay.
You literally did though.
Yeah,
Pat, you
maybe
picked
because
G2 to win
Breaking
yesterday,
Point
Pat.
Breaking Point probably just put me in like for against Optic. But listen, I didn't think Optic was gonna win, but G2 is terrible. You know what I mean? Like G2
Hearing
is
you.
just horrible, bro. I don't know. They just get 100-point clubbed in every hard point. They get by because they beat all the shitty teams online and they get a good seed, and then they come to LAN and they win like one match and they get top fucking 6 because that's just how the format works. But these guys just don't have the talent, bro. They just get outclassed across the board against every good team they ever play. Anytime they win, it's like, oh, they edged out a Neslo win game 5. Good job. Like, they're just terrible. I just don't know why this team is
That's
a
so
team.
positive, man.
They're like a team just to like maybe have an upset. And for me, that's so boring to watch, man. Put together a better team. These cats when they're not on Colossus look lost.
They
lost on
lost on
Colossus.
Colossus, Pat.
Yeah, but I
They're not
mean,
even good
like
at that map
only
anymore.
Colossus is the only map they're even like you even talk about them as like, oh, they're decent. Every other map they're horrible. Yeah. So on the Optic side, I mean, Shotzi got dragged through this one. Obviously, the best 3 players on his team did what they do. Got him across the finish line. But yeah, I mean, this just wasn't a team that's comparable. G2 is just not. They're not there.
Okay. Sam, you got any thoughts?
I don't know. How do I follow up such a fucking masterclass of a performance out of Pat there?
Head back to Earth, I guess.
I mean, Optic, it's expected. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say that it wasn't. I personally thought the series would be closer. I for whatever reason, I just thought that G2 would show up today and give them a little bit more of a run. But Brandon had an absolute fuck you series today. Just not even in the KD way, but just the way that he was fucking shooting, bro. He had a couple pieces where I was just like shaking my head at. So, I mean, it was just the best team in the game by a wide margin against a mid-pack roster today. And, I mean, I think Optic's just on a mission at this point to win this tournament, man. These guys are fucking unbelievable in every mode. Their map pool has almost no weaknesses, and even the weaknesses that they have, they just can avoid entirely with vetoes. So, I don't know, man. I thought this was more of a formality series for Optic. I'm excited for the FaZe series tomorrow. That's a little bit more interesting for me to talk about personally. I don't know what FaZe is going to do. I don't know what their win con necessarily looks like, but I hope they give Optic a run a little bit because these guys could, as Rambo Ray has brought up, could potentially win this tournament without dropping a map. So,
yeah,
I mean, these guys are insane right now.
What do you think, Benj? What do you think of the series?
Well, I mean, G2 are just get skill diffed quite a bit. And we talked about online that they're coin flip. The Pulse event, we'll talk about the last series. Like, I don't know how this team sticks because they're just going to get top 6 at every event unless they get a good draw. As for Optic, just business as usual. Clinical, they play G2 in some of their best maps and buy them. None else to be said. Optic, right now, got to be the strong favorites to win this thing.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, sure, Pat.
How come when Ben says stuff like, G2 is they just can't get anything other than top 6? How come Haggy never chimes in and he's like, not everybody can win, Pat. Not everybody can be the best. But when I say it, that's all I fucking hear.
No. You always make it seem like a team needs to blow it up because they can just objectively form themselves into a top 4 team. When that is just not true.
They can't. They can't objectively do that, but they can try to get better.
Yeah, try to get better, assuming they can find pieces that are available that actually can improve them, which this team could. But when you say it about like other teams, you're like wrong a lot of the time.
Why? No. We just have completely different mentalities, bro.
No,
why does a team why do you just want to sit and be middle of the pack?
Like for example,
why would anyone want to go through life and just be like, I'm mediocre, but it's okay. I'm just
like for example, when you're talking about like Envoy and Gentlemates, you make it seem like there's just going to be a better player out there that is better than Envoy.
There might.
When there probably isn't.
No one thought Merc was good until he was on fucking Toronto and showed it.
Maybe if you didn't watch the
fucking
game.
Tom was out there dropping Merc in the challenges. Nobody was talking
that's
about
not what
Merc.
happened.
Wait. The Carolina.
That's not what happened, man. It's not what it looks like.
Wait, Carolina had a chance to try out Merc for like EWC, and the players literally laughed in a group text saying like, Merc, we're not fucking playing with Merc. So people did not think Merc was like that before.
Well, maybe a bunch of morons.
For those of you who know the story, man. I've already said it too many times, man. Fuck y'all, man. Unbelievable. Duarte, you got anything you want to add to the series?
Well, I mean, to chime on a Pat, I 100% this team can get better and should make a change. Like at first we thought it was Caesar. Caesar's, Mamba. I think it's Mamba. I think
it's Mamba.
I just think he's not like.
It's not both. It's Mamba.
He's not anything special on the map
been
right now,
good enough
dude.
To where he definitely deserves to be on the team for now, Pat.
He's not anything. Mamba is just not anything special on the map right now, and I feel like he also just makes a lot of like stupid fucking plays.
Bro, was it the S&D or no, the Overload of the series, bro?
We made some bad ones in the second.
We got a message from Damon Barlow in the chat. Karma, head coach, DB5 of Optic Texas. He said, no amount of beers can make me not think Pat is slightly on a spectrum. Wow. We're talking crazy tonight.
On the spectrum, by the way.
Mm-hmm. What'd you say, Pat?
Damon is literally on the spectrum.
I think a lot of us COD players are definitely a little bit on there.
Yeah, we definitely are for sure.
What I will say is, I think Mamba just needs to go, bro. Like they need some slaying power on this team. Like I'm sorry, they need some slaying power on the AR side. I think Caesar more than brings that fundamental side to this team. And we talk about it every series. When it comes to their win condition, it's like, all right, Estriel and Krem, they're going to go insane. They got to go insane and they got to win their searches. And if those two are not like or if Estro and Kremp aren't just having a takeover series, they're just going to have series where they just get washed 3-0. They just get fried. They need to make a change to try to improve. Do I think this team's ever going to win championships? No, but at the
This
very
is a very
least,
good landing spot for a
yeah.
player, though, for
Listen,
Mama's
it's a
position.
very
yeah,
simple
for somebody trying to
conversation.
elevate their
Very simple conversation.
themselves.
You're Looney. You're calling up Crowder. You're calling up Kason. Listen, a Lucas team didn't place well at this tournament. What would he get to loan him? Bring him in for Mamba. Give Caesar another weapon to
What about
mold, and I
Millie?
think they'd get way better. Millie's also a great option as well.
Millie's
That
a
would
great
also work.
option.
Bro,
man.
Aluka is not. Granted, Aluka runs a
Listen,
flex.
if you need
kind
an
of,
AR, I'm
but
going to give a
he's
shout.
sub.
KB's
Well, they
also
need
a
someone
great
to get
shout.
kills, bro.
KB's also a great shot.
Bro, Duarte, I don't know if you know much
They need
about
someone that
KB,
can
but
just get
KB's
kills.
actually really good.
Okay, so KB, some of the challenger players will say he's kind of like a kill whore, but yes, he is a good killer.
That's what this
with
team
a sub.
needs.
They
Or with
need
an
that.
AR,
Next
sorry.
day,
They don't have
need
anyone
someone
that
to get
their
kills.
ARs
Yeah,
can't get
he's
kills on
an
this team.
AR kill whore
They
for
rely
sure.
on
That's
their
what this
subs.
team needs.
I mean, he definitely is a good pickup
They-
there.
they
There's a
need to
lot
be-
of players.
They need to be aggressive. If this team's fucking sticking and pulling a Boston, then like, well, I guess they can try.
Mm-hmm. Rambo, you got anything you want to add, Rambo, right? To the series?
If you go back and watch the first map, I think that was the best Den hardpoint any team's ever played so far this year. Just look at the slaying to point win ratio. Granted, like some of those could have been G2 mistakes, but how Optic was going about how they play that map, I would not. If I'm any team right now, I'm not playing Den against them for the rest of the weekend. That was insane to me.
Yeah,
All
they
right,
did
also-
play it flawless. I can't lie. It was a flawless
Is
map.
there 3 weeks in between this major
Yeah.
and whatever?
Yeah, I think
Okay,
so.
so if I'm Rocker, I'm immediately going home and I'm trialing people for at least a week and then just setting it in and for the rest of the 2 weeks and getting ready for the next stage. Like
I
that
agree.
is what you should do.
They
You should
they need
trial
to set, they need
people.
to set the pack of WrestleMania because there might be some couple of teams making changes. They can't be third or fourth option.
If I'm
'cause
then, I'm looking at fucking any AR player that's on a good challenger team that played well on land this weekend, and I'm just trying
why,
it out.
Why
Like,
shouldn't why shouldn't Gentlemates do that?
well, that's a separate conversation. Yeah, potentially Gentlemates might want to think if there's someone out there they want to make a roster change, but specific to G2 need to make an obvious fucking change. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I think it's a lot more obvious with Minnesota with the G2 with the not G2 sorry with the Gentlemates one. I don't know. That's an iffy one.
Hey, what Mama said yesterday in the interview is not aging well when he said that we're way better on
No.
land, we're way
Yeah.
more consistent on land, and it's
You're
a
just
different
setting
ball
yourself
game.
They
up.
couldn't get a kill on that. I
Bro,
swear. Their
they're good
respawn.
when
Set
they get
himself
an
up,
easy
man.
ass bracket. That's how it works. They get an
You might be
easy ass
cooking with
fluky
that.
bracket. They get a good placing, and they
Black
think
it.
they're good on land. They're not good.
Heard that
Who,
too.
so who did they beat at Major One? Was it FaZe first? The FaZe
FaZe.
upset,
Yeah,
and
FaZe.
then
Yeah.
who else did they beat to make the run?
They didn't have to. That was the run. One win's all you
Was
need
it
now.
Yeah, they got
Heretics?
top 6. No, they got top 4th
They
event,
won.
so they beat
Yeah, they won. They won
Miami.
one game in
Maybe
losers.
won
I think
one
it
game
was
in
Heretics,
losers.
right?
It might have been, yeah.
I mean,
Regardless.
Miami's pretty tough.
What did G2 finish? What did they finish in?
They
The,
finished
fourth.
4th.
They finished fourth.
Major
Yeah,
one.
I don't want to put some
No, I'm talking about
revisionist
this
history
major.
where we kind of
Oh, top
discredit.
6.
That was 6,
Yeah, top 6. I don't want to put some revisionist history on there when we're like, oh yeah, they only beat whatever to get top 4. Like it was still tippable, but I was just curious, like who they actually beat to get there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Ray.
For what it's worth, the search, like G2 got a blood seemingly the first 4 rounds, I think. They just couldn't convert on a round win. And then the overload was actually pretty close, barring a few we saw a few routes there from Maba that kind of hurt his team. And when you play a team like Optic in a mode like that, you have to be clean. You can't make those kinds of routing mistakes. It's gonna hurt you. But Sam said it. I called it earlier. I mean, I'm really hoping for some close matches tomorrow. But if I don't know when, has there a team in CDL history that's won an event without dropping them out?
No.
Nope.
This has to be
Never
probably
happened.
if you were to put like Vegas odds on it, there would have to be the highest odds that we've had. And again, hoping that we don't see it. I'm hoping for a really good matches tomorrow. But
Yeah.
It's either this or like FaZe at some point in Vanguard when they probably 3-0'd the first 2 fucking matches and then
Right.
win on Sunday.
yeah, that was my take. I don't know, like the roster changes stuff. We've kind of said everything. I think you guys wanted to say. I think that's it's definitely tough when you because I like what Pat said to me is like, yeah, every team in the league wants to win. There comes a time and place, and especially for some of these mid-pack / lower teams who don't have the insane budgets, like, and I can speak to this because it's kind of what we did last year and the year before that when I was with Surge, is if you don't have the money, bro, you have to try and go into challengers and find like these diamonds in the rough. Like you have to find these players that are going to be league potential, and hopefully their staffing can help them develop quick enough to where you see those players kind of come up and have the ability to help you win right away. It's
There's
not
a lot of
easy,
them too, Ray.
but
There's a
but
lot
yes,
of those
I would
players,
say
man.
like obviously I'm watching challengers now more than I ever got, because obviously I was keeping an eye on it, but not to this extent, because now I'm purely just watching from an outside perspective. Like, there are a lot of good players in challengers. It's just tough to know. There's always the, like, in the same way you guys talked about Merc, and like obviously he wasn't a guarantee. Granted, like, it's looking at it now, you're like, yeah, shit, Merc is an obvious pick, but going into it without knowing who he is, how he acts, like what kind of person he is outside of purely the gameplay you're watching, it's hard to make like these decisions and be confident about those players for sure helping you out.
It's a lot of educated guesswork. For
Correct.
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's
Look
a-
at somebody like Lurks, Ray. Like, look at what he's doing with Carolina, right? He was another name in challengers that, bro, nobody knew who Lurks was.
It's
Literally
been like
no one.
this, bro. I still remember when I got my nickname, Dip into Challengers, because I kept vouching for all these players, but everyone was like, "Oh, they're challengers." But the people fail to understand, bro. What separates the challengers and the pros is simply just the amount of practice and the quality of practice you get. There's a lot. COD is not that crazy of a mechanically skillful game.
Hold on,
So once
hold on,
people
real
master
quick,
the
real quick,
mechanics,
before you say that,
go ahead.
hold on, let's clarify. Yes, there's not a lot of difference between challengers and pros nowadays, because 80% of the league is challenger players from a year or two ago. They're
Yeah, but
literally
that's
the
because-
same people.
But that's also because those players are better than a lot of the people that got kicked out of the league now.
But I'm saying that is just what it is now. Like, the people
Yeah.
that, when you come into challengers, you're playing people that you played in challengers a couple years ago when you come into the league. That is literally most of the league.
But they all got
But
a hell of a
what
lot
about
better.
like Ghost in AW, where there was also like a big turnover in players? Like, it's happened before this. You know what I'm
Bro,
saying? Like, where
the
people
game
had made the
change,
climb.
comparing like a fundamental game change.
Nah,
when you
but
go
back
from
then, people
Ghost
had to earn their
jetpacks
spot,
is not
Ben.
the
There was
same.
Well, yeah,
qualifiers.
I
5
agree
years
with
of the
that.
same
Like, it was a
game.
difference because people had to go through that process.
You had to
but, like,
qualify, so they earned it. Nowadays, it's not earnable. You just have to sit there and hope you get an opportunity. And
I
there's a
just
lot
think
of
we're-
players that the
Yeah,
thing I
fix
want
it
to
up,
get to though, I just want to say, like, if anything, a team like Minnesota is fucking blessed that they have this 3-week break. And if they don't use this fucking properly, they don't want to have a successful end of season.
Mm-hmm.
I agree because, like, I think they're in a crossroads because their current team, they got 6th and 4th. Like, that's not too bad, but they have legit no shot of winning an event
The
right
Boston
now.
Breach
Like,
conundrum from
are
last
they,
year,
are they
bro.
happy with where they're at? Like, are they getting on every day and feeling like that's great? Or they
Yeah,
feel
they're
like they're
getting
one
paid,
change
bro.
away?
It's the Plumber League. That's all these cats care about. There's 4 teams that can win and 1
Yeah,
win.
I mean, listen, do you think Dan Looney's sitting there like, yeah, we're chilling? You think fucking Caesar's sitting there? Yeah, we're chilling?
Maybe.
I know it's
Probably, they're
not.
getting
I don't
paid.
fucking
No.
think so,
At the
bro.
end of the
Dan
road.
Looney's
Hell
from the
no.
old school, bro.
They're
Dan's
absolutely
not
not.
sitting there. Dan's not gonna let
We
them
all
sit
know
there.
Dan, bro. He is not.
Yeah,
sitting there
Dagger
thinking
Dan
that.
is not sitting there. And say, all right, good try today, guys.
Dagger
Let's just
Dan,
get
bro.
back
If
to
he,
tomorrow.
if he
No,
was
no, no.
playing,
Bro,
he
they
wouldn't.
are going to make a change. If they don't make a change, we're all fucking. They can call all of us crazy because they
Dan
need to
probably
make a
thinks
change.
he's
Dale.
better
I
than
agree,
some
Rocket
of his
has to make a
players.
change after this event. If they don't,
Yeah, he might
they're
be.
just chalking up the year.
And they have their pick of the litter. They're a top 4,
Yeah,
top
they have a
6
good
They have
team.
a
like
very
for
They have a
each
really
team.
good seed. Like they should be at champs, barring a disaster.
They're a very good landing spot for sure.
They can
Well,
pick
no,
up
I'm always
fucking their pick of the
comments
litter.
about there being no talent in challengers is
Oh my
it's not
God.
aging good, man. It's not
One of
aging
the
good
worst
at all.
comments of all time.
That shit's going on his
Yeah,
tombstone,
that's
bro. at this rate.
And to your point
Oh,
about
it's
challengers right now, basically with Toronto had a big weekend. We'll get to that, but it's basically right now between them, Carolina and Falcons and Miami for that last spot because Vancouver, Boston are like 60 points out of the race right now. I don't know if they can make that back.
Wait, what do you mean that last spot?
The 8th
Talk about
spot for
champs.
champs.
Eighth spot.
James.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cloud9's got 30 points. Boston's got 60. He's like counting.
Damn, we're at
Goals for
Major
this
2.
event.
We already know the top 8 for champs.
You were like that every
That's
year.
what the
We've
double
been
round
able to
robin
figure it out
does.
for
Or
every year,
the
bro.
round robin does, bro. When you don't make the major, like stage 2, this entire stage was basically your champs qualification, barring
Yeah.
a crazy miracle top fucking 2 finish on at an event.
Ass league,
Yeah.
man.
Had 11
Like
games.
you play 11 games and you miss an event, like this is your
Yeah,
champs.
so-
Well, we
qual.
had the 2 minor tournaments. Those were also generating some points, but it definitely created a
I
bit
mean,
of a
these shitty
separation
teams
right
are.
now.
I mean, the
Carolina
minor
might make it the
seeding are
champs
based.
based off online.
The minor seedings are based off your previous placing, so it's like
Correct.
if you don't have a good seeding in the minor, you're kind of fucked.
Yeah. Is there any other final thoughts, guys, with Optic Texas and G2?
Hell no. Like
All
a
right.
20-minute series.
Sounds good. Before we hop into the next one, just a little shout out to Display. We're doing a giveaway right now on the FaZe Esports Twitter. So if you guys want to go check that out, check that out. We're giving away a mini fridge as well. 2 display posters
Cap.
and a mini fridge. And it is not cap. We are not lying. We're actually giving one away. We're doing it. We're actually doing it. It's not cap. It's not AI. It's none of that. So make sure to go check it out at the FaZe Esports Twitter handle. Huge shout out to Displate. Their posters are incredible. We've done stuff with Displate before. You guys can go check that out. And yeah, man, go take a look, man, on Twitter. All you got to do is like and comment to enter. So if you guys are interested in that, make sure to go check that out. But let's hop into the next series of the day. We got the Paris Gentlemates going up against Toronto Koi. This one ended in a 3-1 fashion in favor of Toronto. And the Paris Gentlemates get eliminated from Major 2. We start things off at a Scar hardpoint where Toronto come out 250 to 131. Then we got a Scar S&D where Gentlemates bounce back and win that one 6-3. But then after that, Toronto Koi, they win the exposure overload 5-4. And then they win the Den hardpoint 250 to 221. Teams still squaring up with Toronto on Den. We'll scroll down and take a look here at the stat sheet. We got Dylan Envoy with a .73, Dan Ghosty with a 1.01, Neptune with a .98, and Dante Sid with a 1.17. On the other side, you got Kleenex with a 1.13, Insight with a 1.04, Joe Thieves with a .89, and Kips with a 1.07. We'll scroll down and take a look at the match MVP. It's going to be the rookie Kips with a 1.15 in hardpoint, a 1.29 in search, and a .85 in overload. Kips has been fantastic. I know Kips was talking about the nerves a little bit in the Optic series. I definitely thought there was some nerves coming in, and he actually said it today himself on stage. But, man, when he gets comfortable, man, this guy can play. And I want to give a huge shout-out to Kleenex before you guys go. I feel like Kleenex is going under the radar right now this event, and I just want to make sure he gets a shout-out because I think he's been phenomenal for these guys this event. He's been insane. I feel like he's really starting to get comfortable now with these guys, and I just want to give a shout to him because I feel like we haven't seen this from Kleenex in some time now, and I feel like he's coming into this event, and we're seeing the old Toby, man. We're seeing the old Kleenex, and I love it, man. I love it. He's going crazy right now. Ben, we'll start with you. We'll work our way around the table. What'd you think of the series, Benj?
I should have changed my prediction once I saw Jamie walking out with a Nicholas
Yeah,
flag.
Dylan Envoy did get shit on this series. He did.
How the fuck did I not see the angle in this series? I think for Toronto, Den was a really good crutch at the end of the series, and it really came down to the overload where Toronto iced up. I think that third map swing mode kind of really gave them momentum to close this out. I think on the Toronto side, like, there's a really good salvage out of where this event was going off the rip after that loss yesterday. I thought it was potentially a little bit chalk for them, and they were looking at top 8, but the back end with top 4, maybe we could sit here and argue these guys should still make a change. I'm sure Pat will bring it up, but I think for Toronto, they showed good fight. Gentlemates, well, I think we talked about it already. I think it was a really disappointing, basically a month and a half from them. Not much else to be said there.
What do you think, Rambo Ray? What'd you think of Toronto?
Stallions up 2-0, by the way.
I know, man.
Let's go, man.
Oh, man, the Stallions, man.
Can you show the damage? Did I see that right? Can you show the damage?
I don't want to spoil because there was a big roar in this room. Like, they're around the corner, and it was definitely very loud. But,
Holy Kips, 13K?
Yeah, Kips, it's the rookie, Rambo Ray. It's the rookie.
Shooting.
We had Joe. We had Joe on the couch, and I think Joe said really, no one blames Kips, bro. This is his first big LAN, his second match. He had to play Optic in front of 5,000 people. Like, I give the kid a break. He came in today, and he was absolutely
a lot more than 5,000 people, unless you're just talking about the venue.
5,500 and change,
I mean, everyone's struggling for the most part against Optic right now, so it's not. I don't think it's anything to do with him personally, but
yeah,
I think Kip step 2, and like, is a big reason why I think this Toronto team is gotten a top 4 at this event.
Yeah.
I predicted Toronto to win this mostly because of how Gentlemates looked this morning. I had Gentlemates going into today, and after how they played, I just didn't really feel it. Kleenex again, I think we talked about it yesterday, and like you brought it up here, Tom. Kleenex has been having a very good event, which when these guys like, I feel like these guys are almost kind of like Miami-like in a way where if they get in these positions and they get their kills, it'll work. But I don't see them kind of pushing out and taking a space that really makes it easy. We saw in a few instances today. We saw, I think it was P1. Then I think specifically, I saw Kleenex just kind of push out forward and like just not giving a crap, and then child a few gunfights and got a few kills. Like if they can find more consistency, dude, I feel like this team is right up there contending with all the other teams that are in the mix. Until they can do that consistently, though, I still feel like they're gonna have a hard time beating teams that are doing that. But yeah, it's like, I don't know. Is the crowd buff, I guess you can say, for Insight going to be enough to get him through some matches tomorrow? I have a hard time.
Oh no.
I have a hard time seeing.
They're going to get bodied by Toronto tomorrow. Maybe they win a map.
By Thieves? No,
like,
they play Thieves.
Yeah,
Thieves, my bad.
Yeah.
But it's still this Toronto team. This is a good top 4. They're surprised top 4 finish. Like this is
no. I mean,
progression.
but that's the thing for me is like I've I've been big on Toronto all year. I think like recently I probably sold a little of my stock on them, but still like the roster and the way these players are, bro, like they have what it takes. It's just a matter of them putting it together and actually realizing what they need to be accomplishing to win these games efficiently. And that so far we just haven't seen it, or at least not consistently. Like if they can find a way to kind of have these realizations like now, I mean obviously it's gonna be tough to just do overnight or in a day, but if they can find a way to be more consistent in those plays, I feel like this team has a chance again. I would say they're gonna have to go big in some searches and hopefully split the respawns tomorrow, but it's gonna be a tough one, I think.
I agree with you, Ray, especially after seeing Kibbs, but I'm still firm in my opinion that until they drop Insight, this team just cannot be in the conversation. He is just too wildly inconsistent.
I think this team is like at their peak right now, like a top 5, top 4 spot, maybe sneak a top 3 win over Thieves, but I don't think this team can win a championship with this roster. They have improved a lot though.
You were saying, Pat, you were saying they're consistent?
No, I'm saying like until they drop Insight for someone better, they can't be in that convo for me. Just because Insight like will throw up the bullshit against the good team.
Like
on
the
a
way,
50-50 coin flip.
the way I see it though is more of like how they go about playing the game is kind of like inconsistent. That's the way I see it, at least from an outside perspective. It's hard to be consistent when you're not putting yourself in the best situations to have kind of face-to-face gunfights in positions that will impact the game positively. And so far, I just haven't seen that from these guys, and then inherently makes it difficult to have good performance from.
Would you think playstyles plays into that a little bit at all?
I mean, yeah, obviously it has to.
Because I feel like that falls into Insight a little bit, from a playstyle perspective.
100%. No, I agree, and that's kind of one of the surprises I feel like this year is like if we go back to Minnesota with Skies and how well he's been playing.
Yeah.
Like I feel like they're doing a good job at creating pace in places that other teams aren't, and they're giving themselves a chance. Granted, like when they play other teams that are doing it, they'll have a hard time beating them because again, we can all agree there's probably like a skill kind of difference in that end.
Yeah.
But I feel like if the Toronto roster is playing in a similar way where G2 is playing, at least purely speaking from a hard points perspective, I feel like everyone here would have different opinions on it. That's just my take on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Listen, I don't want to be the one to say this, but G2 swapped their playstyle so Skies looks good and Mamba's getting shit on, but y'all ain't ready for that convo.
Mamba was never playing that good to begin with.
Yeah, not ready for that combo,
their
man.
playstyle.
By the way, real quick, before we finish, because we were talking about the challengers' talent, I just want to let y'all know I got a quote. I'm not anonymous, of course. I keep my sources private. From someone that's got boots on the ground. Challenger players are terrible. Literally finding needles in a haystack. I was running around as an FFA terrorizing everyone, and I haven't even touched the game.
I mean, that is a horrible statement. That is whoever your source is absolutely brain dead. Whoever said that.
Or he just made that up.
Well, I don't know why. That just sounds like something Damon would say. He said he's running around at FFA. He's running around at FFA.
Even if Damon said that, that's brain dead. If Damon said that, that's brain dead.
Nah, dude, he doesn't.
I'm just saying, I got sources, boots on the ground that are cooking these guys.
Yeah, I don't know, rip the fucking pendulum before they text you that.
Can we talk about something though? Like in general, like I feel like Neem is probably the most. Neem and Kips are the 2 most recent strong additions from Challenger. Yeah.
Yes, but to be fair, let's just put this out there. This is what happens when any challenger players join a top team as one person. Like it'll always happen that way.
I mean, you're not high on Toronto. How are you saying is Toronto a top team to you? I thought you said they weren't.
Sorry. When I say top, I mean like top 6. Like
they're
the upper echelon.
Not like Traxon lurks too, but they were beginning of the year.
When most challenger players come in the league, they're on the dog shit teams and they just get world starred. Like that's just, especially when it's like basically 3 or 4 challenger guys.
I mean, Surge last year would say differently.
Yeah, but hold on. But like,
I don't really think Neptune was comparable because Neptune was a pro before, and like he was literally based on the game.
04 you picked up last year, and he was like playing pretty decent for 6 months when you guys had him last year.
Yeah, but he came in right away, and we weren't a top team.
But it's just what happens when like
challenger
players.
No, you're correct.
When challenger players come into like a team with good players and good talent, they most of the time like that we've seen they find success, like because it's so much easier for someone with potential to slot in with like decent people around them, like a good supporting cast, and we see how good they are. But like most of the time, challenger players come in, they're on the worst teams in the league, and they just get world starred, and they all look terrible. Like they all look terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of how like when
There
have we
are
seen
a
a
few
challenger player
exceptions.
come in? Yeah, what lurks? But like, I mean, like when have we seen a
Neptune
challenger players
at
come
the
in and
time.
like been like, wow, this guy is just monumental, like better than his whole team. Like it rarely happens.
Yeah, I
What-
think.
what I was-
Go ahead,
I
Ray.
just finished what I was going to say though. Like to me, it's more like if you look at the players, like we'll just take Kips and Neum, like from a slaying standpoint, from a KD standpoint, and what their teams are doing in challengers, they weren't like far and above better than everyone else, were they?
Bro, these
I think
morons in the
I think
chat are
Neum.
spamming Merc. Merc literally joined.
they were.
Neum
They
did
were,
stand
Ray.
out. Neum did
Merc-
stand out.
Merc-
That's
Merc
why
was
it's like
standing out.
highly-
Clear
Lurks was
standouts?
standing.
Him
Yeah,
and
bro.
Kips were like
Okay.
They were
clear cut
next up.
definitive.
They
Yeah,
were
they
next
were
up.
definitive. Like
Bro, I
ahead
would say
of
the
their team.
one time like a person got picked up out of challengers and was a clear cut the best player to join our team was actually when we picked up Standy in Cold War, because our team went from being like a top 6 to top 8 team maybe to fucking being able to win a championship. So finding a player like that completely changes the team doesn't really ever happen anymore. Like Merc joined Optic, that's not like the combo. Like the players that join top teams, that's not what we're saying. We're saying team or player that joins like a mid-pack team, a 6th through 8th team, and makes them compete. And that's what Standy did because he's one of the best subs in the game. And that's just so hard to make that happen. People are saying Neptune, but Neptune was a pro before. Abuza in 04
how
the
the
year
game-
before as well. So
year
like
and a half
that
at
team
that
was
point.
already solid. Like that was a solid base already. And Neptune was a pro. He wasn't just an
I'll-
unknown challenger player.
I will say that situation though. If I remember before,
people
you
are
guys picked up
mentioning
Eli,
Scrap.
you guys were good at control and at S&D. It was just hardpoint that was bad, right? Unless I'm misremembering.
What in
Like
Cold
you
War?
guys, yeah, Cold War. You picked up Eli, and the big thing is that turn around your hardpoint, right?
Yeah. I mean, bro, someone just said in the chat, Inside from Cold War 2. Inside joined Toronto. Like Toronto was not that good before that. They joined Inside joins.
About
They
to.
won a chip. A lot of fucking second places, some wins. But like Inside changed the team around as well. Like there has been players that have done that. We just haven't seen it in a long time because many players weren't getting opportunities on these top teams because like the top 4 was so set in the CDL for the past couple years.
Or
It's
also
true.
say Standy getting dropped for fucking Charlie, and they instantly won the event after they picked
Yeah,
up Charlie.
literally. Yeah. He
Yeah.
joined the top team, so you know.
Yeah.
Kips is
I
doing
was
it right
talking
now.
about,
I mean,
I
I mean,
people
we're
are
gonna
mentioning.
Pixie.
we're gonna keep seeing challenger players joining top teams though. Like this
Yeah.
isn't like a
100%.
like this is
Yeah.
now the norm because everyone wants to find Merc. Like
Correct.
Yeah, there's also not
it's
a
becoming
lot
more
of spots in the
normalized
league,
now. And go see,
bro.
go comp
I mean,
chat.
it's there's not a lot of spots in the league. So I feel like that's where you're gonna find a lot of talent, bro. There's a lot of players playing in
That's
challengers.
also why it's even more important to be early when you're fucking
I
blowing
agree,
it up,
Pat.
bro.
I
Like,
agree.
there's no point to
Sure,
sit
Pat.
here and fucking wait and get fucking shit on and be like, ah, man, like we'll make the change after the next event.
we got top
No.
6 boys. Like we could, let's turn
Yeah.
it around.
Yeah, like,
Like,
get the
yeah.
fucking change in ASAP because most likely that one guy you're looking for is gonna be gone.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I mean,
The-
like I'll just speak from last year's perspective when we picked up Travis, like Neptune. We did it after Major 1. We were kind of like lucky we were the only dogs at the bowl. Like no other teams were really looking to make SMG changes. At the time, the SMG was. I think we all remember how good the SMG was early in the year, and our players struggled. So that was kind of like the timing for us on that change was great. But in a world where, like, let's say another team, kind of what Pat's describing, another team had gone to that earlier, he was the clear-cut player in challengers, then obviously the kind of player like Travis can definitely change a year like he did for us. So it's definitely a good point.
Yo, what game did Kyler start out in challengers very recently?
And that was BO6.
That was last year.
It was BO6.
That's
Last year was
crazy.
He
Kyler.
won champs.
Kyler's in challengers.
He won champs.
Oh man, we had the
Wait, Ray sent Kyler to challengers. That's
Whoa,
Ray's
whoa,
fault.
whoa, there's
Shit.
a
Ray
lot
sent
of-
Kyler to
Nah.
challengers.
Hold up. First of all, there's team decisions and roster changes all the time. There's budgetary
The
decisions.
coach has the
And
final say,
lastly,
Ray.
hold
Good
up,
PR.
hold up.
Ray's
Come on,
politicking,
Come
man.
on,
Ray's
nobody else
politicking,
picked him
man.
up. Like it's like not just
Ray
on
had
us.
Abuza on a sub. Ray's
Oh my
politicking.
God.
Yeah, wait,
that
wait,
player-
wait, that was mega faded though. That
Yeah,
one
hold
was
on.
faded.
I gotta add something about Kyler though. That's also because other pro players push narratives on certain players. Kyler was one of those players where people just push a narrative on him. Just call him
that is
dumb.
true.
Well, we
But,
were
like-
part of the narrative pushing too.
but,
Let's
like,
not
we
jump
also
ourselves
gotta-
Yeah,
in
but
the
it
gun.
doesn't
Hold on,
matter
real
what
quick,
I'm
real
saying.
quick.
What
We
the
have to
pros are
acknowledge-
saying, like what the pros say,
That's fair.
We have to acknowledge
they're the
game,
ones that
though,
matter the
bro.
most. They're the ones who make
Because-
changes.
Because let's be honest, like Kyler on MW3 versus BO6, not the same. Same for fucking Neptune in MW2 versus fucking BO6, not the same. Like the game matters a
Agreed.
lot. The game matters
Yeah.
a lot when it
Agreed.
comes to some of these like super impactful players.
We'll have a special flank edition, and I'll spill out some of the behind the snes stuff.
The tea.
With that.
The T, man. But yeah, A lot of talent in challengers. Expect some people to come up. Stallions are almost up. They might win 3-0 here, Ray, and get a top 3 here, which is phenomenal.
Good, bro. This Millie kid's fucking.
Millie's disgusting. I mean, their whole team is good. I'm telling you, they're all very, very good. They're a very good team, and they're all 18 to 20 years old, all of them. I think except for KB. I think KB's 22, 22
That's why when you're saying I wasn't up on this team, I'm up on this team because of their age, bro. I love this shit.
Yeah, but Merc came in when he was like 22, 23, right? I think Merc wasn't 18 when he came into the league.
That's what the CDL teams are looking for. Like that's why I feel kind of bad for someone like the players.
21. He was 21. Before. Sorry, 21.
Like some of the players that have been pros before, then they're in challengers. Like people are telling them to get picked up. Like the top teams in the CDL are never going to pick up a person that's been a pro before. There might be a few outliers here and there, but they're always going to go for like the 18, 19, 20-year-old, the new unknown quantity. You don't know his ceiling. You don't know his potential. They're not going to pick up those players that have been pros before.
They're also easier to mold. They're easier to mold because it's like their fucking brains haven't matured yet, and God, because they haven't been around for so long. But like when it comes to the old heads, like regardless if they do well in challengers, we've known their play styles for years. It's so hard to change.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, man.
But as I said, that they brought it back, and now the Stallions are tied.
Tom,
Go ahead, Ray.
When you became a pro, how long from the time you started competing to the time that you got on a team that had a chance to win? How long was that?
From how long did it take me to win?
Sam,
it was like 2 years?
Everyone can speak to this.
2 years.
Mine was right away.
I won when I was 18.
It's like it wasn't
I
long.
won like my second event ever.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah, I came in after champs, COD Ghost. I played at UMG Philly.
More so, you were competing before that, like you're playing.
Just online. I mean, just S&D. Yeah, just game battles, and stuff.
I think it's a little bit different though back then, Ray. Like how much easier it was to like land on like a team, if that makes sense. I think nowadays, like trying to land on a team that is.
I came in as an S&D pro. I came in with Team Bati, and then after that event, I got picked up and started playing with Denial, which was Crowder, Saints, and Study, and then we won the next event.
Right.
So I won my first event when I was 18 in COD
I'm trying to think of it in a sense of like the amount of time like some of these guys have to cultivate knowledge and experience on the come up. Like for example, like 04 literally was playing. Obviously, he's been playing S&D Shells for a while, but he won his first event, which was the Miami Challenger event, and he got picked up by our team 2 years ago. So it's like some of these guys have it, like Pat was saying, like it's just instant. They come up and you don't have that kind of like route that gives you the intangibles that you learn at the pro level, or you need to really have at the pro level before you get there sometimes. Some of these guys just have it.
I also think there's outliers to that, because like Neptune, for example, like was like pretty good, but like on a bad team for a long time, and then basically got pushed out of the pro scene, went to Halo. He basically didn't play COD much for like, what was it, like 2 years, 3 years?
It was like Vanguard. MW2.
I think he was still playing.
He played at the beginning. He played at the end. He played at the end of MW3, I think.
Yeah,
I don't know.
No,
it was
MW3
not. Me and him talked about it. I can't remember exactly how to.
I don't know, but basically it was like 2 or 3 years where he like basically didn't play COD, and then comes back and he's just so much better. But like, I don't know. It's almost like him
fit his playstyle. Like
yeah, but also I also think him taking that break and then also just maturing, like not only just like his age, but like as a player and just being around more probably made him better. So I don't know if necessarily being like young is gonna 100% always just make you a better player, like in the long run, if that makes sense.
Look at Kiz, bro. He got on a dog shit Paris Legion team. It chalked his career for a while. He spent 2 years in challengers, got called back up, and he's been a pro ever since. Like sometimes guys in the middle of their career find that second edge.
Yeah,
fair enough.
All right, to move on to the last series of the day, we got the G2 Minnesota going up against the Los Angeles Thieves, and this is where G2's road comes to an end as LA Thieves get a 3-1 victory. We start things off on a Colossus Hardpoint where LA wins 250 to 170. G2 bounced back in a surge to win the round 11 6-5, but after that, I mean, LA Thieves just completely bullied these guys out of the tournament 6-2 in the exposure overload and 250 to 94 in the Hardpoint. We'll take a look at the stat sheet. You got Estrio with a .77, Kremp with a .88, Mambo with a 1.0, and Caesar Skies Bueno with a .7. On the other side, everybody in the green. You got Hydro with a 1.22, Neum with a 1.26, Scrap with a 1.14, and Tyler Abizi with a 1.16. Fantastic plays coming in from LA Thieves. No match MVP, but if I had to pick somebody, it's probably going to be Ernesto. He had over 10,000 damage in the series. He had 80 kills in the series. I mean, he was phenomenal. Ernie's continues to shine for LA Thieves. Sam, we'll start with you. These are your boys. They look great today. What'd you think, Sam? What'd you think of the team today?
They fucking noob stomped G2. I'm gonna be honest, man. Paco and Ernie kind of had their way. I blame Nicewig for the map too. He asked us who we played next while we were up 5-4, and then we lost the map. So I blame him for that. But I mean, today looked great, man. Like Paco was just confident, running people down. Same with Tyler. Like it's just the team is just night and day. It seems. So I mean, when we're on, it looks fucking fantastic. It looks like this, and then when we're off, it looks like the other day. So we got reverse swept by FaZe, but map set was great. I mean, I know Kremp losses and everyone's been talking about that, but like low key, I think G2 kind of lost their edge on that map. Thieves have ego shot it now twice in their last 2 series and won it both times. The overload was fucking clinical. Map 4 was clinical. I mean, I think G2 were just demoralized by the end of the series, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
It was pretty routine.
Yeah, G2 got smoked out of the tournament. It was not pretty.
Yeah.
What about you, Pat? You got like Thieves winning this whole thing. I mean, what do you think from the Thieves? Which you think of the series, Pat?
Dude, they look phenomenal, Tom. I think they hurt me, honestly. Like, I really don't like patting myself on the back, you know. But I think they hurt me.
Really?
I think they hurt me before this tournament, Tom. Where I told them like they just gotta remember who they are, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like this team should be running people down, like 90% of the time in their matches. They should be running people down. That's how they played against G2 today. Obviously, I mean, like when you scroll down, even if you ignore all the stats, just from a pure like name to name, team to team perspective, this Thieves team is light years ahead of G2 in talent. It's not even remotely comparable. So yeah, they just ran them down because they're just a better team than them. And I think if they keep playing with this confidence, like I said, major 2 winners. I think, you know, like, yeah, they faced a little adversity when they went up 2-0 against FaZe, but like they could have won that 3-0. So yeah, G2 again, terrible skies. Wow. But yeah, they got smoked out the venue today. I think they need to make a change. I think they need to be immediately trying to pick up the best possible addition from challengers that they can ASAP before someone else does. And then yeah, Thieves primed to win it all.
Mm-hmm. Hey, what about you, Dill? What do you think of the series?
Yeah, I mean, combining both G2 series today, like this one, the first one I let them slide because, you know, it was versus Optic. They got slammed. Maybe I don't know what the fuck. It was Optic. I was like, okay, G2 maybe isn't that bad. But then they play LA Thieves, and genuinely, maybe 4 top 250s in rank play could have played closer in the respawns than they did today. Like every respawn they played today, bro, they got fucking, yeah, that's true. But they got fucking shit on in every single respawn mode today. And that's when I was like, all right, like this G2 team is just frauds. Like they are good for a series, and then they win that series, so it keeps the team together. But then they just get slammed, and this is bad. Like it wasn't even close either of their respawns today. They got a real lucky SND win, but this just shows that this team needs to make a change to be able to, if they want to be serious, they want to compete, make a deep run not only in the majors but champs later on in the year, because every other team is going to be getting better and learning the game. And I think G2 already hit like their peak at Major 1, and we've seen they're just going to keep going downhill right here if they wait. So a change is absolutely needed for this team because they can't get a kill. They can't do anything together in respawn. They had rotation to every single hill in the map 1, and they got broken every single
they can't
time.
hold a hill, bro.
They couldn't hold a hill to save their lives. Map 4, it was the same story. LAT on the other side, I mean, I think Pat's kind of tweaking, and sorry, Sam, but I don't think this team's winning the event, Pat. I think Optic and FaZe are clear-cut ahead of LA Thieves right now. They did play good, but they beat G2, so it's really not that impressive. So LA Thieves needs to come out tomorrow, get a win versus Toronto, and then maybe they could beat a FaZe or an Optic.
Yeah,
they're lucky.
Just haven't seen LAT play Optic when they're in this run it down mentality, though.
True. Maybe it's the run it down mentality, Pat. We'll see.
What about you, Benj? What'd you think of the series?
I got to bounce after this, but I mean, I thought this was just a smoke show. I mean, G2 just looked terrible this weekend. They should make a change. Thieves remembered who they are the last couple of series. Excited to see what happens against them versus Toronto, but I think we're going to get an Optic Thieves losers final, and I'm not sure who's going to win that one.
You think so? So you got FaZe winning the winners final tomorrow, Ben?
No, I got, sorry, apologies. I got Optic winning winners finals, and I got FaZe Thieves in losers finals, and I don't know who's going to win that, but I got to bounce. It was a pleasure, boys.
All right, Ben.
Enjoy that.
Enjoy your 4 donuts.
That's insane. Duarte, what'd you think of the series, Duarte?
I already talked shit about Minnesota. You know, I just don't think they're that good. Whatever. I'm just gonna say when it comes to the Thieves, I mean they're playing a lot better. I feel like their map pool is really starting to get definitive because I feel like even though they picked maps online, we expect them to be good at those maps. we didn't really see them win some of those maps in dominant fashion. So it's very good that they got that Colossus under the belt, because they're probably going to need that in their back pocket when they play some of these other teams that are good at like maps like Den, for example, or we haven't even seen Blackheart, but they don't play that map either.
Never
So
seen
like
it once, right?
yeah,
That's all
we
we
haven't
do?
seen it once.
Not
So
all.
they
It's been vetoed
yeah.
almost every series.
they need that Colossus, because it's that obviously they don't play that Blackheart, so they're going to always be able to get it against most of the teams. And I feel like that map specifically against who do they play tomorrow? Yeah, they play
Boy.
against KOI. They could potentially play that against them. Maybe, I don't know. It's going to be a weird one. But my thing is with Thieves is I don't know if they could win the tournament unless they just come out like hot and just start frying. Like I just don't think they have like the backbone, for example, right now, because of how bad their like split was in relative to like how they're playing now. I don't know, but I do like the way Thieves are playing, and I hope that they make a deep run.
Yeah, Ray, you got anything you want to add to the series with LA Thieves?
Not really. I think honestly, I'm expecting Thieves to beat Toronto tomorrow if they play the way they played there. It definitely seemed like it was obviously Thieves are doing the things that are conducive to winning. I think again, it's more of a matter of can they do that all day tomorrow and make a run that's really kind of up in the air.
Yeah.
But I mean, I will say though, like Scrap's automatic at this point.
Yeah, he's
Like,
disgusting.
I can't remember the last time I've seen that guy had a bad series. It's just damage.
I was scared for him this year, Ray, because like, dude, he was like a 99 card overall for like the last like couple years, and then this year he's kind of been good, but like not the same. You know what I mean?
I mean,
Nah,
I think that's
nah,
more of a
I'm
product.
been
I'm pretty sure
insane,
he's,
bro.
bro. He's been frying. His
Scrappy's
damage-
been cooking, bro.
He's
Been
been tripping.
This season,
every series.
this season, sorry, this stage, yes.
Chris,
I don't
you
think
been
about the
watching?
first stage.
No,
Wait,
first
no.
stage he was. Wait, don't pull
First
an
stage he
Octane right
was-
here. Don't pull an Octane.
Scrappy's
Octane
literally
said
insane,
that,
bro.
that
I hate
Scrap
that
was
one,
not
to
the
be
best
fair.
player.
There's a reason I was
Scrap was
tweeting
definitely the
fucking
best player
Scrappy
LA
to drop
Thieves.
Kenny, bro. He was literally a one-man army.
I mean, I'm just comparing fucking 99 overalls to just good.
Well, I think
And
it's a
I-
product of the team. Like the team hasn't been performing as well, so you might.
Yeah,
be
that's
seeing it
true.
that way.
That's true. That's true.
100%.
That's
But
It's a
he's
team game
been
at the end of the day, bro. He
absolutely
can't do it by
automatic.
himself. His subs are
Yeah.
getting tucked.
I listen. I'm being a stats guy, bro. I'm looking at the Lion Man card, bro. I didn't see 99. I don't see Scrappy.
It's
you
still
know what I mean?
99.
Well, it should be this stage for sure. This stage, he's fucking.
Rank play's getting
Ridiculous.
to you, Chris.
It might be. It might be.
But yeah,
Let's-
I
go ahead.
I feel like there's a if they can find a way to all like slay in this in the sense that they were obviously against G2. We talked about G2, but if they can find a way to slay this amount against everyone tomorrow, then they have a chance.
Yeah.
It's just can they do that against the best teams?
Our respawns have to be like lockdown tomorrow.
It just comes down to the sub duo, to be honest. Like
Yeah, it does.
versus because the Koi Thieves match, that's like a 50-50. But when they play like the FaZe or Optic, like the sub duo has to be on point together, as they were versus G2. But if they're not, like it's gonna be tough for them to win.
Yeah.
Get
Well,
that chip.
Well, let's take a look at the bracket tomorrow. We got our top four. We got Optic, FaZe, Toronto Koi, and LA Thieves as our top four. So congratulations to these guys for making the run. We start things off tomorrow with the winners final. We got Optic Texas going up against FaZe Vegas. I mean, listen, I definitely think Optic is favored in the series. I think you can't deny that they've looked like the best team across the stage. I'm obviously going to go with my boys over at FaZe because I do believe that they can do it. But I want to see what the rest of you guys think. So I'm going to go with FaZe. But what do you think, Dylan? Who do you got?
Optic.
You got Optic, Dill?
Yeah.
Okay, Slay, Pat?
You said that we can't deny it. I'm denying it. I saw the chinks in the armor when Falcons smoked them. I'm getting FaZe
Oh,
3-2 here, Tom.
Mm-hmm. I think FaZe can do it too, man. I really do
Wait,
think.
Pat, they were lagging that
the
series though.
fuck?
Yeah, I'm sure they were lagging. Excuse
Yeah, you gotta come up with something better. than that,
as soon
man.
as the crowd gets loud, I got FaZe.
You gotta come up with something better than that, bro.
What about you, Sam? Who do you got?
Optic.
Duarte?
I got Optic, but I could see FaZe give him a run. I don't think this is going to be like a fucking 3-0 or anything.
Rambo Ray?
Really, really, really want to pick FaZe because I love my boys.
You know it's
You
gonna be a
can't,
Neslo,
and you
right?
can't reverse cheese
It's-
this one,
I'm
buddy.
rolling-
You already
I'm
did it
riding
once.
with FaZe, man. I'm riding with 'em.
Cat's out of the bag. Cat's out of the bag. Fuck, man. I gotta pick. I mean, I gotta pick Optic. It's just logically
Are you
the right
reverse
choice to
jinxing?
make. No, I'm not. I just gotta go with the team that is definitely seems to be playing the hottest. I do feel like it's gonna be a close series, and I think there is a world where FaZe push it to game 5 and beat him in a game 5. I think that is feasible. It's just if these two teams played 100 times right now, you'd have to say Optic probably wins more often than not, which is why the pick has to be there. But one thing I will say, we said it earlier, The Optic Boys do give a lot of respect to FaZe as the team they would face in the finals.
Yeah, they did.
So it's clearly comes from a respect. Probably in scrims they've been coming close for beating him sometimes. So
Yeah.
Gonna be a good game.
What about you, Duarte? Oh, my bad,
quick,
Sam.
before Chris goes, I just think if FaZe are going to win the series, they got to win both hard points. Like, I know that we're talking about, like, Search and FaZe being good, but, like, the way that Optic plays S&D right now, I think they got to win both hard points if they're winning the series.
Yeah,
I think
Optic's
so.
S&D
Like,
looks really
Optic's
good.
weak. Like, from what I've watched this weekend, granted, they did just absolutely incinerate G2 in a hard point, but I think FaZe's win con for the series is Respawn.
Interesting.
That sounds insane.
Yeah,
Like,
it does.
I think it is.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
Yeah, you would think it would be the opposite, but I get what
I
Sam's
think it
saying.
is.
Just because Optic Search has been nuts. They've
Optic
looked
Search,
really
bro,
good.
is
Yeah, but they haven't gone
Bro,
against
another
Twin.
fucking level.
Yeah.
bro.
Trendmaker.
bro,
Have they been tested in Search yet, right? What do you think?
No, they haven't.
The
I also
Blitzers
could be
coming out
over.
tomorrow.
I could
Like
also
that.
be overthinking this, but I feel like this map set could get fucking wicked. Like
Mhm.
the way the vetoes are going to go down, because I feel like a lot of these teams right now that are like FaZe and Optic have played a lot of Den. So I don't know if they're choosing to square up on Dens here, or if they're just going to be like, fuck that shit. Let's try to get in some like weird maps. Like we could, like maybe we see a fucking Blackheart tomorrow. I doubt it, but I don't know.
No, Optic's not gonna let that through.
Yeah, Optic
Might-
doesn't
Might
play
see
it.
Colossus.
Maybe
if
see
anything.
Colossus, right? Yeah.
If anything, yeah.
What about you, Duarte? Who do you got? Duarte?
Oh, sorry. I already said it. Optic. Sorry.
You got Optic? Do you guys all have Optic winning the tournament?
No.
I do.
Bro, yo, I'm not gonna lie. Optic is making Pat work, bro. They're making him get real creative with what
Think
he's gonna
about
say
this.
on
Hold
the
on,
show.
hold on, real quick. No, think about this. And
That was
listen,
easy to him, though.
as we know, history, it doesn't repeat, but it often rhymes. If we go back to Major 1, Optic went undefeated in the regular bracket, even 3-0 Gentlemates in winter finals. What happened in grand finals? Gentlemates swept them in the searches. They lost 3-4. I'm just saying, they might be looking good when the pressure's not the highest. But on Sunday in a grand final, the pressure rises. Everyone in the building can feel it. And I just think the LA Thieves are going to take it home.
Okay. I mean, Optic Texas are back-to-back world champs, so I don't
Not
think,
your finest
I
episode,
don't know if
Pat.
pressure's
Not
really
your finest
affecting them that
episode,
much.
man.
Yeah, I mean, drums helped him out a lot. But go ahead, Tom. Take us out.
Yeah, I mean, before we head out of here, anything else you guys want to talk about? Anything else you want to get off your chest before we end the show?
Does anybody have Toronto beating Thieves, bro?
Stallions is up.
Maybe.
Sorry, Ray,
yeah,
Ray.
but it's not
Stallions
over
is
yet,
up
dude.
70
Because
right
I thought
now.
they were going to win the map 3, and they threw it away.
Yeah.
So I'm
looking
not
good,
going to
yeah.
say anything, bro. I'm not going to say anything. They
We
got to
need
close this
Stallions
out.
in the bro. Stallions in the pro-am would actually be fire.
Yeah,
so
bro,
good.
A lot of
a
Optic
lot
fans
of
in
work
the
to be
chat
done. A
living
lot
in
of
the
work to be
past,
done.
bro. We're not talking about last year. We're talking about this year, this game, what we've seen as of recently. And the only thing that matters is the last grand final we saw Optic broke, and they're going to do it again. Tom, take us out.
All right, guys.
Drop
Friendly,
the mic.
guys, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. If you watch it on YouTube, go to anchor.fm/theflank. Check out Audio Says Wrong. Go follow @theflank on Twitter, @theflankpod on Instagram. And of course, guys, the merchandise is out. Go get the merch. ZOOMAA.gg. Check it out. It'll be in the description down below. And yeah, guys, we'll see you guys tomorrow. We got Championship Sunday tomorrow. It's going to be some banger matches. I'm really excited to get into it. So we'll see you guys then, man. Take care. Brush your hair. And we'll see you guys tomorrow on another episode of The Flank, man. Take it easy, guys. Ciao, ciao. Salute.